these are pair tags, and this is a standard syntax. It has to be used as it is. So like these are now the tags which are used to create websites in HTML. So we'll go by them one by one. So H1, or from H1 to H6, these tags are known as heading tags. They define headings in HTML, like anything. If you're having some content, it gives headings to them, and 1 to 6 means like they are the sizes of the headings. So 1 is the biggest and 6 is the smallest. The P tag means it defines a paragraph. So while you write a paragraph or like a block of text, it is preferable to write in paragraph tags. The div tag means division, you can say, defines a section in a document. If you want to like make a website of many sections, so div tag makes it easier to edit and like to format it whenever you want. Header tag means the header for a document or a section. At the top means that is header. The footer is for document, means at the last of the document, that is at the bottom section. The script tag, that is, it defines a client side script. So basically what we use is in script tag we link the script files, that is the logic and all the operations, that is TypeScript or JavaScript, the program are linked using script tags in HTML. The image tag again, now you can see that this is not a pair tag, it's just angular brackets img. So this defines an image, and the image we'll get in the next part, like how do we insert an image using the image tag. The next is anchor tag. It defines a hyperlink in the document, like if you want to add a hyperlink to visit to a certain website, so anchor tag is used. The OL is like it defines an ordered list. Ordered list is basically a list element, and it is numbered like in serially. And the unordered list is an unordered list, like the UL tag is an unordered list, like a bulleted list, you can say. It is used using the UL tag. The LI tag is defines a list item, like you start with UL or OL, and then you continue adding items in the list using the LI tag. The next is input tags. It defines an input control. So like there are various inputs that HTML provides us. We'll get to that in the next slide. So that's what input tag does. The next is select tag. Select tag defines a drop down list. So basically we might everyone might have encountered the lists like in forms or various websites use a drop down lists to select anything you want, like, so that is done using select tag, and the options in the select tag are done with option tag. The form element describes a form in an HTML document. So we all must have gone through forms, like for anything we can say. So that is used by form tag. So also tables are there in HTML. These are enclosed in these are used with table tags, and in table tags the tr tag it defines a row in a table. So we add a tr tag, it adds a new row in a table, and td tag is it defines a cell in a table, like the data which we put in a cell of the table. The span tags are like it is a small section in a document, a particular very small section. If you want to like just have something, a piece of content or information or text, you can use span tag. So like only the selective part you can, it becomes easier to edit that. And style tags, finally. Style tags are like basically the name suggests it's used for styling. So we'll get to that also. Style tags have many like attributes to have styling to your HTML website. The next are physical style tags. So these basically make physical changes in the web page. So the first is BR tag. It defines a line break. That is, if you in the HTML or any programming language, if you keep on typing, even if you change the line, the programmer, sorry, it doesn't changes the line if you like change the line. So using a BR tag is used so that there is a line break. The B tag, that is, it defines bold text. Like if you write text in those B tags, the text becomes bold. A U tag means the same way like bold tag. If you write text in the U tags, they become underlined. And if you write text in the I tags, they become italic. This is like SUP tag is for superscript. Like if you want to have display some superscript like X square or anything like that. So if you write the text inside the SUP tags, it will be in superscripted. Same way, sub is for subscripted tags. Sorry. The HR is like it breaks the page, or like it basically is horizontal line. It is a division created on the web page. Small tags, if you write text in small tags, it defines the text one size smaller than the normal size or the size which you have specified earlier. And same with big, it makes the size of the text one size bigger than the normal. So this is a classic example of the Hello World program. So like the doc type HTML. So here you can see HTML tag is the main tag, and it starts at the beginning and it ends at the end of the program. So everything is enclosed in the HTML tags. The head tag here has the title of the web page. Like this will be displayed on the tab on the web browser. And in the body section, there is a div created, and in the P, that is a paragraph, and the paragraph says Hello World. So the next is cascading style sheets. Cascading style sheets is a style sheet language used for describing the presentation of a document written in a markup language such as HTML. So basically, the styling part, or like the decoration you want to do to your web page, is done using cascading style sheets. The CSS files, like if we create one, have the extension .css. There are three types of CSS: inline CSS, internal CSS, and external CSS. So inline CSS is like we by using the style attribute inside HTML elements. So the elements are like the tags which I mentioned earlier. So like I give the attribute style inside the body tag, and I style however I want it to. Like I can change the color of it, I can change the font of it, I can change the font size of it, anyhow as I like. Internal CSS is like use a style tags, a specific style tag at in the head section of the HTML document, and in the style tag you can style all the elements of the HTML page at once in the head section only. And external CSS is like you create a separate file, external CSS file, and you link it to the HTML document through the link tag. So we can now move to a program. So here basically I have already written a program to save time. So this is just a basic program, and it has all the basically the elements of HTML. So here HTML tag I have used in the beginning, as I said. Head tag, the title I have given as tags and attributes. So here I have used, these are like the green part which you can see here, these are called comments. So these do not get executed or do not get displayed in the program. They are just for our information, or like the one who sees the code, so that we can come to know what we have done, or like to specify what we are using or what is done there. So here header, I have created a header section, and it says hello everyone. So like we'll execute this once. So this hello everyone here is the heading, the header I have created. The next is heading. So like I have used H1 and H4 tags, that is it will differ in size. So H1 is the highest and H4 is somewhere in the middle. Then I have used the div tag, that is a section I have created on the web page, a small section. So like it becomes easier to edit or like format it later on. Then I have used a paragraph tag and I'm just written the random sentence. So this is basically used for the content or the text which we have on or we want to display on the web page. Then I have used the image tag. So here I have used an image. The attribute for image to specify the image is src, that is the source of the image. So I have used an sample image just, and I have written the name of the image, that is nestmini.jpg. And these are another attributes like width and height. So it specifies the size of the image. So like width is the length and height is the breadth basically. Then for hyperlinks, this is the anchor tag, that is a tag I have used. So the link or the hyperlink which I want to display on the web page, it is done by using the href attribute. So by href is equals to, and writing the link in the double inverted commas. So I have pasted Google's link here, and this is another attribute, that is target. So this is like the action which you give to the hyperlink, that is I have given here blank. So basically this opens this URL or this website in a new tab, not in the same but in the new tab it will get opened. The next I have done is lists. So first is the ordered list, like the OR tag, and the type I have given is there are predefined types in list. So I have chosen this, that is I in terms of I, and I can also change it like to numbers or like alphabets as I wish. So let's just keep it in alphabets this time. And the elements of the lists are in the li tag. So just basic, I have created a list. The next I have done is unordered list, and unordered means like it doesn't have any sequence or number. So just in the ul tags there are list elements in the li tags. Then also the tables, which I said we can create tables in HTML. So this is done in the table tag. So here the table tag I have used, and to give it some style I have used the border attribute. So like this is the size of the border of the table, so that is 2 pixels I have given. The cell spacing means basically if you want to add some space between each cell, so I have none here. And then this is the inline CSS, that is inline styling I have used. I have used the style attribute here, and I have added border color as black. So here next is the tr tag, that is I have created a row, and inside that it is the th tag, that is th is basically a heading tag for the table. So it will be a little bigger than the rest of the table, or like in bold you can say. So that's why I have used th. And in the next tr tag I have used td tag, that is just the data or the list, the data in the cell of the tables. So like the row, it goes on like it keeps on adding cells row wise. So this is the new row created, and this is another row, the next row that is, and here the table ends, and this is the footer, that is the last thing, just to show you. And now I'll show the output. So here this is the header, hello everyone. This is the first heading, that is heading 1, so it is the biggest. Heading 4, as you can see, it gradually goes on decreasing, so this is heading 4. Here I have used a div tag. We can see that I'll highlight it later on. This is the p tag. I am a student from PVG's COET. This is the image I have added, and the size is 500 by 150 px. This is the hyperlink I have added. So by clicking on it, it opens Google in the new tab. The next is order list, which I had written. So the type here is, because I didn't save it the next time, so that's why it has this I type still. And the unordered list here is having bullets. This is the default style. It will by default have bullets here. Even this can be changed in styling if you want like a disk or squares or anyhow as you wish. Then the table I have created here is shown as, now the th tag I used for state and capital, so like they are in bold, like the main cells of the table, and then the rest of them. And this is the footer, which is at the extreme end of the page. So as I said, for the unordered list, we can change the style of the bullets. So that is done using the style tag. So now I have added list style type, that has changed it to square. So let's see how it works. So now this has changed into ABC, as you can see, and this, it was disk earlier, now it has become square in shape. So this was the basic to display all the elements in HTML. Now we'll move on to input elements of the HTML. So this is like a form user interface I have created, and it has mostly input tags. So here input type I have given text to input name from the user. Another, then next is email ID. So I have given another input type, that is text. Same, like the next is contact number. This is just a demo. So here the input type is number. So the user can input numbers in the input section on the web page. Here for the birth date, I have given the type as date. So the input can be taken in as in the format of a date. We'll see that in the output. So the drop down list is done using the select tags. So the select, for this I have used it to select the gender. So select ID I have given. You can give IDs to your elements, like, so the ID you give to an element has to be unique and it can only be used once. So here I have given it just gender, and then the options of the select tag, male and female, and here it ends, the end select tag. Then next is age. So here even I have given type as number, so it can be entered as a number. And next input type is checkbox. So checkbox is basically selection, like options to select, but more than one options you can select. So that is a checkbox, and I have given 4 options here, and you can select as many as you want if you give the type as checkbox. The next is radio buttons. So the radio means there are options to select, but only one option can be chosen at once. So there are 3 options, out of which one can be chosen. And the next type is button. So any button, you can like have a button which can have certain values, or like if you add events, or like if you have something to like a logical program or an arithmetical program. So by clicking the button, the program can be executed if you specify the commands as such. So we'll run this program. So this is the form UI. So this was the heading tag, the H1, that is form. So this is the input for the name I had. So let's just, I can enter any like my name here, that is the text I had given. So I can input text. Here I can input my email ID. So let's say just, the number which I had given here, the input type is number. So the number type has this range like arrows by default, so you can just like increment or decrement it. You can enter it manually anyhow. So date also, like this gives you a calendar basically, so you can select the date. This was the drop down list, so male or female I had given in the gender, so you can select any one of these. Age, again this was a number, so let's just see. And the next was checkboxes. So these are the checkboxes. So as you can see, I can select multiple options or any number of options using checkboxes. The square ones basically, they are checkboxes, and the round ones are radio buttons, and only one can be selected at once. So like I have selected this now, and if I select this, the previous one gets deleted and the next one is selected. So this is how a radio button works, and this is just a button. It doesn't do anything as such, so that's just non-functional at the moment. So like for practice, you can try it out, like make a resume of your own using HTML and like style it as you want. Also like the external CSS which I said, I had used it in one of the programs. So this is an external CSS file. So this only has the elements of the HTML and the styling done in curly brackets. So here in the body, I have given styling like height. I have mentioned the sizing, like those are the contents of the web page. So like the background in this I have done is I have used a linear gradient. So like there's a gradient of colors which I have mentioned in here. So basically you can explore and like try it out anyhow, and once like if you practice it a few times, you get habitual and it's very easy, and it's also very interesting. To like show you it now, we can also use styling in this page. So I'll style this. So this is what I am doing is now is inline CSS, that is inline styling. So I'll use style attribute, and I can style it as I want. So like I want its background color, so I'll just select this, and even here I can give styling to it. So here I can say I'll give it a border, say black. The P type here, so if I want the text to be in a certain way, so I can do that also. Like so I want to change the font of the text, so I'll have the attribute font family here, and you can select the number of fonts that we have. Like just for now we'll have Georgia. And the syntax here is like style tag in inline style. The styling part is done within inverted commas, double inverted commas, and each style is separated by a semicolon, and the style type is specified with a colon. So your font family colon, and then the value of the style. Can, if I want it bold, or like I want to change the size, so font size I'll make it large, and we can also have font variant, so small caps, that is the all the letters will be in block letters, but only the initials will be bigger by a size also. We'll save this. So here I had added a background color to the heading. So as you can see, the aqua color, and here I had used the small caps variant, that is only the initials or like the capital letters which we type in the script get displayed a size bigger, and all the others are a size smaller, but also in block letters. So that's it from me, and for reference, like, you can have this as a cheat sheet. I had made it while I was learning. So these are all the tags and their attributes and the functions which the attributes carry on. That's it from me, and now Varad will take over. Thank you everyone for patient listening.
Yeah, thank you, Kaushik. I'd like to take this forward. Can you stop the screen sharing, please?
Yes, yes.
Wait a second.
Thank you, Varad.
Okay, so hello everyone. My name is Varat Kulkarni, and I'm from the mechanical branch, first year. And today my topic is Introduction to TypeScript. So I'm a junior member in VLabs. I've been working with Nagoshi sir for almost 3 months, and I'm also certified by IIT Bombay for the completion of HTML training. So yeah, let's get started with it. Introduction to, so for today topics are Introduction to TypeScript. We'll do a basic calculation program like the addition, subtraction, division and multiplication, and I'll tell you what strings are, and we'll do a basic program to understand what strings are too. So basically, what is TypeScript? It's an open source language which builds on JavaScript, one of the world's most used tools by adding static type definitions. Types provide a way to describe the shape of an object, providing better documentation and allowing TypeScript to validate that your code is working correctly. Also, it can be optional. Writing types can be optional in TypeScript because type inference allows you to get a lot of power without writing additional code. So this is just like a PPT that I made. I'd like to move to programming. Like the basic program that we're going to do now is addition, subtraction, like the trigonometric functions that I'll add into TS, and I'll show you how we do it. Okay. So if you have Visual Studio Code, I'd like you all to do with me. It's fun actually. It's really fun. So yeah, let's start. This is the basic template that we have right now in front of us. So this we have CSS and the TS file with us. So for compiling these all, we need to link these all, right? So first let me link this all. Link related style sheet. Sorry, style sheet href is equal to index.css. And for the JS file, script src, sorry, is equal to index.js differ and script. So yeah, this is script, sorry. So yeah, let's start with the program first. So we are, let's name our calculator first. Let's make this Casio. Okay. Then we'll break line. Then we use the div tag. So why do we use div tag? It's because to get the content, whatever your content is, let's to get it more in a simpler way and in the center of the web page. So we use div tag for that. So let's do enter the first number, input type is equal to, since it's a number, input type is equal to number, placeholder, enter a number, id is equal to num1. Okay, so yeah, so we have basically declared the first number. Now similarly we're going to declare the second number. Let's do this num2 and second number. So yeah, then moving on to the input types. Like, what are we gonna do with this? Is input type is equal to button, value is equal to addition, right? So let's put addition here. On click is equal to add. So yeah, this is for addition. Let's do this similarly for subtraction as well. Similar for multiplication. And division. So yeah, then let's write the TS code for this. So we first declare a variable. Let's say num1 HTML input element is equal to HTML input element. We are calling we are declaring the variable right now. Document dot get element by id. What is it? Num1. Okay, num1. Similarly, we're going to do it for num2. Oh, I forgot the double inverted commas. Sorry. Num1 and let's do num2. Okay. Then var display obviously we'll need to display, right? So var display HTML input element is equal to HTML input element document dot get element by ID and display. So yeah, then let's begin with the code now. Oh, actually I forgot to add the output button here. So let's say output. Let's break the line here. We are say output input type is equal to text, let's say, ID is equal to display, and okay, I'll show the disabled thing afterwards, like why we use disabled here. Let's first write the PS code now. So for addition function add var n1, we are saying the number 1 is n1 here. So n1 number is equal to parse float. Now there are two things here. There's parse float and parse int, right? So if we do parse int here, it won't do any decimal calculations, but when we do parse float, it will be able to do decimal calculation. So we are using parse float here. So parse float num1 dot value. So then var into, similarly for var into actually, num2 dot value, and then var sum of numbers, number is equal to n1 plus n2. Okay, now we are going to display display dot value is equal to we declared here the output of this would be sum of nums. So sum of nums dot toString. This will help us to convert and display it on our web page. So yeah, this is for addition. Now similar we can do this for subtraction, for division as well as multiplication. Now what did we give the ID for subtraction here? For subtract, okay. Subtract. It was n1 minus n2. It's gonna be parse one sum of, let's say def of nums. And similarly here def of nums. Yeah, def of nums. Then similarly for multiplication, it's gonna be multiply, I guess. What was the idea again? Yeah, it was multiply, and the basically only the logic is gonna change everywhere. So def of nums will do it mul of nums. Let's do this. Mul of nums. And similarly for division, divide, it's going to be n1 by n2, dev of nums. Yeah, so this Now to compile this, since this is an HTML file and this is a TS file, so we need something for compilation, right? So we go into new terminal, do cmd, then we have to check like which folder is this in. So just a minute, I think it's in projects, it's in new, so we'll copy this, cd projects new, and I hope I have the JSON file here. So the JSON file, we use the JSON file basically for compilation. It helps to compile the HTML and TS file. So tsc tsconfig.json. Yeah. So it says found 0 errors. Now let's check. Let's enter the first number 2. Let's enter the second number 3. Addition, it shows 5. Subtraction -1. Multiplication 6. Division. Oh, I'm mistaken somewhere. Okay. Okay, wait. Parse float 1. It's division. Okay, let's cut this thing for now. Let's total multiplication only. So this is how you this is the most basic program right now. I was going to show that what disable does here. So the output is, we can edit the output here, right? So if you use disabled here, you will not be able to edit the output. So let's say disabled and save. See, now we are not able to edit the output here. So that is what disable does. Now I'd like to show you some trigonometric functions that we can do through this. So let's say input, no wait, first dev, enter the angle you want, trigonometric angle of, sorry, then let's input again, input type is equal to text, and let's give this ID as angle. Cool. Done. Input type is equal to button, value of sign, on click, sign. So for similarly for cos and tan, let's do cos here and here. And for tan, yeah. Now into the TS file, so we added a new thing, that is angle. So let's declare the angle first here. So var angle HTML input element is equal to HTML element document dot get element by id and angle. Yeah. So now functions of sine, cos and tan. So function sine let's say var a1 number is equal to parse float angle dot value. Then var sine number is equal to math dot sine. Now there are so many options here, so more you explore, the more you know programming. So it's not like we have also googled a lot of things, so there's no shame like if you google things to know about programming, like I have done a lot. So a1 into math dot pi divided by 180. Then let's display this, display dot value is equal to sine dot toString. This is for sine. Then similarly for cos and tan. So value without tan dot toString. Okay, so it says found 0 errors. Let's get the program. It shows enter the value of trigonometric function, let's say 90. Sin 90, it shows 1. Cos 90, wait a minute, I think my even angle dot value parse float cos dot toString. Okay, wait.
भरत,
या
38 लाईन आहे ना, त्यामध्ये var sin च्या ऐवजी var cos कर.
ओ सॉरी या थँक्यू.
आणि तसंच 44 च्या ह्याच्यात पण var tan कर तिकडे.
या गॉट इट. या थँक्यू. So if you say 90, sin 90 is 1, cos 90 is 6.12 into 10 raised to minus 17, which is almost equal to 0, right? So cos 90 is however 0. Then sin 180 will be 1.2 into 10 raised to minus 16, which is again 0. Then cos 180 should be minus 1. So this is how you get the trigonometric angle of it. Then for CSS, actually, let's what I'm gonna do, how styling helps, I'm gonna show. So space this, sorry, index.css, let's paste this here. Let's save this. Oh my god, wait. Yeah, should work now. I'm just gonna write it down. index.css. Yeah, so sir, is it okay if I don't do the styling here, or do you want me to? Okay, I'll do it anyways. 5 pixels, let's say. Five pixel. Box sizing, let's say border box. The style, say none. Font family, sans. Then we have, let's style the heading. Margin top is 50 pixels. Let's tell the body now. Body background, let's say then font size, let's say 16 pixels maybe. Line height, chocolate right now. To center, okay. And for input, say margin right is 2 pixels. Okay, cool. So it is. Why isn't it happening? Index.css. Okay, I don't know whether CSS thing is happening, but like I'll show you what we can do with CSS right now, like what we have done in the assignments that were given to us. So just wait a second, I'll show you. Yeah. So yeah, we made this, we were given this assignment. So we made this website out of CSS and using HTML. So like if you go to home, you'll get redirected to another, then movies, then we have, so like to the Discord server and everything, we just linked it to it, and this is what you can do with styling actually through CSS. So yeah, then let's move towards strings. What are strings? A TypeScript string object represents sequence of characters. How to create TypeScript string object? It's by using string literals or by using string constructor. So its syntax is var str string is equal to value. So another, actually I have this one prepared. Just give me a second. Should. Okay. Isn't it happening? I don't know. I'll just go into it and open. Yeah. open the file only. I'll show you what happens here in strings. So in string, what we are supposed to do here is we enter the text in lowercase and the output we that get is uppercase. So what string does here is, so we use var uc1 string is equal to uc dot value. Here the argument has type string. Then by using var uppercase string is equal to uc1 dot to local uppercase, we store it in another variable, and through display dot value we get the display of the command actually. So I'll show you in a minute. So enter text in lowercase. So we enter the text and we get this in uppercase. Then we enter the text as capital A, we get a lowercase. And similarly, in strings, it's basically splits using commas. So if I type, let's go with Bharat, it will go with V, comma A, comma R, comma A, comma D. So why are we learning TypeScript? It's because it gives us more variety of freedom to do anything with the code, more than JavaScript actually. So that's why we are working on TypeScript right now, and that's why we are learning it. So yeah, this was the string part. Thanks for listening to me. So who is the next? Abhinav, are you there?
Yes, I'll take over.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.
Just a minute. Yes. Is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Abhinav, you can increase your mic volume please a little bit.
Yes, sir. Sir, I'm not able to view it. I don't know where it is.
You can join from mobile basically.
Okay, sir.
And you can yourself make a co-host.
Yes, sir.
So you can use the mic of mobile.
Sir, I'm not able to join through mobile. Is it okay now, my voice, or should I speak somewhat loudly?
Okay, I would like to ask the audience, they can reply in group whether his voice is audible or not. All the other students please reply his voice is audible or not on the group.
Okay. Shall I start, sir?
Yeah, you can start.
Yes. So, hello, my name is Abhinav. I'm from FE Mechanical. I'm a junior member in B Labs, and I have been certified by IIT Bombay for the completion of HTML. This is my certificate, and today we are learning about application of TypeScript, like finding the area of circle, rectangle, finding simple interest, then what are loops and their applications. So these are the topics. we all know the formula for the area of circle. It is A is equal to pi r square. This is the formula for area of the circle. Just a minute, let me. Yeah, so this is my Visual Studio Code. I have prepared it before the session, and I hope you understand all of these things. So let's start with body. Okay, let's start with rectangle. It will be easy for you to understand. Just a minute. Yeah, so in body, we'll add two text boxes to get length and breadth of rectangle. So rectangle, right. Text. And please folder. So here we can see that input type is text. Its ID is L1, and the placeholder. I don't know if you know, but placeholder is something which, if you go to Google page or any form, so you can see something written in there before you type something in a text box. So this is the thing. It holds the what we can say text in that text box. So if we write length, breadth, so it will hold that length or breadth in the text box before we write anything in that. This is for breadth. Now let's take one more for output. Sorry. Display. Yeah, so this one's for the output, and one button. Yeah, so we are done with HTML file. Now let's make TS file is already done. So in TS file, we will add. Yeah, so var L1, it will be taken value from text box L1 and from B1, sorry. Right. Var display HTML element is equal to HTML input document dot get element by ID bracket display. Yeah, so this is we have declared the variables from which we which will store the values from the text boxes which we give input values. So now let's make a function. Let's name it as area. So in this we will have again variable L underscore 1, which will be equal to parse float L1 dot value. So it will store the value of L1 in where L underscore 1 B underscore 1 is equal to float B1 dot value. Yeah. Now display dot inner HTML is equal to parse float bracket L underscore 1 into B underscore 1. Okay.
Abhinav,
Yes,
you can Abhinav, you can calculate in a variable C, and then you can say display dot value equal to C2 string.
Okay, sir, right. So where C is equal to L underscore 1 into B underscore 1, and then C dot HTML C.
और टू स्ट्रिंग यूज कर अभिनव.
Your display is what?
Display is text box, sir, actually.
So it is the dot value then.
Dot value, sir.
If it is a text box, then it's dot value.
Yes, sir. Also, we'll show it in console dot log bracket C. Yeah, let's save it. E of circle TSC minus PTS JSON. Yeah, so I have compiled, and let's open code. Yeah. Is Chrome window visible, sir?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so E11.js.
Rec.js.
Yeah, right. Rec.ts.
TS झालं ते JS चं.
Okay. Seventh file. ऊपर चले.
Rec.js is another folder, na?
Okay. ऊपर एकदा हे करतो सर.
You close everything, check the folder location.
Yeah. minus PTS. Yeah, done. Okay, so let's take length as 9. And breadth as 6, so it is 54. If we take it as 3, so it should be 18. It is coming here लगेच नंतर येते, but if we wish, so we can clear this up, but let's not do that, it will take some time. Let's shift to next area of circle. So just a minute. Okay, so in area of circle I have done some styling in here, so we can see. Yeah, so this is a table in which I have given table heading as name and values. The table content and those things are enter radius, text box for radius, area of circle, and text box with output box and the button. So this is the syntax which is used to create a table. Table border 5 pixels and ID is tab. Then table row. First we have to declare the row so that we can put in some information in it. Then table heading. Table heading is for the first line, which is here. It is it is programmed to be in bold lines. That's why it is called table heading. Then you have, if you want to take in go to next row, so you have to declare next row, and in that you can add table data. So TD is for table data. In that enter radius and all the input type number and all. You have seen this, so this is it. And then let's go to area.ts. So here I have declared R1 variable which stores the value R1 from the value from the text box which has the ID R1. And also I will display the value or output of area in display. So it is taking its value from A1 text box which has ID A1. So function area is declared in which radius is equal to R1 dot value passload dot R1 dot value. And I have also declared a number variable pi which has value of 3.142. Now for display, I'll take circle area is equal to radius into pi, which is r square pi or pi r square. You can also do math dot power 2, and if वरदनी जे केलेलं ते पण आपण करू शकतो, but आता नको करायला. इझी मेथड ही आहे. So radius dot radius radius into pi. This is the main thing, and then we will display the area in this text box also in console. So let's do this. Just a minute. It is compiled. Let's take radius as 5, then area will be 78.55. If we take radius as let's say 12, area will be 452.448. so this is the main thing. Calculation are done in here. This is a really easy program. So let's switch to simple interest. So we have seen simple interest. We know the formula for simple interest. It is PNR upon 100, where P is principal value, N is number of years, and R is the rate of interest upon 100. So I have done this. We have text box here. Enter principal amount, which will hold placeholder as amount, and ID will be T1, T2, and all so on. And then I have declared a button so that we can call the function through that. Now TS मध्ये आपण बघायला गेलो. Just a minute. TS मध्ये बघायला गेलो आपण तर मी 3 व्हेरिएबल डिक्लेअर केलेले P, R and N. त्यामध्ये रिस्पेक्टिव्हली प्रिन्सिपल व्हॅल्यू, रेट ऑफ इंटरेस्ट आणि नंबर ऑफ इयर्सच्या हे केलेल्या व्हॅल्यू स्टोअर होणार. आणि एक व्हेरिएबल घेतलाय डिस्प्ले म्हणून, ज्याच्यामध्ये डिस्प्लेची व्हॅल्यू डिस्प्ले आपण दाखवणार. नंतर फंक्शन इंटरेस्ट म्हणून एक मी फंक्शन डिक्लेअर केला, त्यामध्ये परत P1, R1, N1 असे हे दिलेले, ज्याच्यामध्ये ह्या काय म्हणतो आपण डॉट व्हॅल्यू ज्या आहेत त्या स्टोर होणार, आणि मग डिस्प्ले डॉट इनर HTML इज इक्वल टू P इंटू R इंटू N अपॉन 100 असं देऊन मी ते डिस्प्ले करणार. आणि सपोज जर मी N1 मध्ये कुठली स्ट्रिंग इथे टाकली, फॉर एक्झाम्पल ABCD किंवा अल्फाबेट कुठला टाकला असा, तर मग मला अलर्ट म्हणून येणार की टायपिंग एरर, यूज नंबर्स ओनली इन नंबर ऑफ इयर्स. सो मी कंपाइल करतोय. ओके, सो अमाउंट आपण घेऊयात 100 rupees, rate of interest 10%, and number of years for 10 years. So calculate interest. 100 is the simple interest. Console.log मध्ये काय शोधतो? Okay, console.log काढून टाकतो. या सो अशा प्रकारे आपण सिंपल इंटरेस्ट इथे काढू शकतो. सपोज घेतली 1000 किंवा 10,000 व्हॅल्यू घेतली फॉर 15% इंटरेस्ट अँड नंबर ऑफ इयर्स लेट्स से 20 इयर्स, तर 30,000 इज द सिंपल इंटरेस्ट असं हे करू शकतो आपण. सिंपल इंटरेस्टचा हा प्रोग्राम आहे. अँड नाउ लेट्स मूव ऑन टू लूप्स. तर लूप्स काय असतात, तर लूप्स आर used in TypeScript to perform repeated tasks based on a condition. Conditions typically return true or false value when analyzed. A loop will continue running until the defined condition returns false. तर बेसिकली लूप काय करतो की लूप एक स्पेसिफिक तुम्हाला जी कंडिशन दिली आहे ती तो रन करत बसतो जोपर्यंत त्याची जी तो टास्क जो आहे ते करत बसतो जोपर्यंत कंडिशन ट्रू असते. एकदा कंडिशन फॉल्स झाली की मग तो पुढचा तुम्हाला जो टास्क दिलेला आहे तो त्याच्याकडे वळतो. तर बेसिकली आपल्याला 3 प्रकारचे लूप्स आहेत. एक तर व्हाईल लूप, दुसरा डू व्हाईल लूप आणि तिसरा फॉर लूप. तर व्हाईल लूप काय, अ व्हाईल लूप इज यूज्ड टू रिपीट अ स्पेसिफिक ब्लॉक ऑफ कोड अँड अननोन नंबर ऑफ टाइम्स अंटिल द कंडिशन इज मेट. तर काय होतं, व्हाईल लूपचा सिंटॅक्स जो आहे तो मी दाखवतो तुम्हाला. जस्ट अ मिनिट. Yes, equal to text ID T1. This is sufficient. Okay, so button on click loop. Yeah, so just a minute. Okay, तर T1 HTML input element is equal to HTML input element document dot get element by ID T1. Yeah. Then let's make a function kind of loop. आता सपोज आपल्याला सपोज आपण काय करू शकतो आता लूप मध्ये, जस्ट अ मिनिट, लूप या सपोज जर आपल्याला 15 पर्यंत नंबर्स हे करायचे, डिस्प्ले करायचे मला व्हाईल लूप मधून, तर मग त्यासाठी तर आपण हे लिहूयात, आपण एक कोड लिहूयात. तर व्हाईल कंडिशन I is less than 15, sorry, less than equal to 15, so that it will be till 15. Then display dot display sorry display, okay, console मध्ये लिहिलं console dot log I, then br, yeah, and then I plus plus. तेव्हा I पण डिक्लेअर करावा लागेल, where I is equal to 1. Okay, so कंपाइल करतो. Yeah.
स्क्रिप्ट मध्ये loop.js कर.
Yeah. Thank you.
बटनला व्हॅल्यू दे.
Okay, sir. ओके सर, तर आपण बघितलं, आपण बटन क्लिक केल्यावर 1 2 3 4 म्हणजे 15 पर्यंत आपल्याला नंबर्स डिस्प्ले झालेले. तर हे आपण व्हाईल लूप मध्ये करू शकतो. नंतर मग येतो डू व्हाईल लूप. तर डू व्हाईल लूप मध्ये काय होतं, आपण पहिले कंडिशन देतो की ही कंडिशन जर सॅटिस्फाय होत असेल तरच आतमध्ये यायचं त्यांनी. मी दाखवतो खालच्या ह्याच्यात फ्लो चार्ट आहे. तर सी आपण स्टार्ट करतो, डू व्हाईलचं सांगतोय. डू व्हाईल मध्ये काय करतो, स्टार्ट केल्यावर तो पहिले टास्क जे आहे ते कम्प्लीट करतो, मग कंडिशन चेक करतो. कंडिशन जर ट्रू असेल तर परत एकदा व्हाईल लूप मध्ये येतो, परत एकदा टास्क करतो, कंडिशन चेक करतो. यावेळेस पण ट्रू असेल तर परत तेच रिपीट करत बसतो. एकदा का कंडिशन फॉल्स आली की मग तो एंडला येतो. तसं व्हाईल लूप मध्ये काय करतो, तो स्टार्ट मधून कंडिशनला येतो, कंडिशन ट्रू असेल तर टास्क करतो, परत लूप मध्ये येतो, परत कंडिशन चेक करतो, ट्रू असेल तर परत ते रिपीट करत बसतो, आणि जर फॉल्स आली तर तो एंडला येतो. तर डू व्हाईल लूप आणि व्हाईल लूप मध्ये असा डिफरन्स आहे बेसिकली. आपण इथे डू व्हाईल लूप मध्ये इथे हे पण देतो, कंडिशन पण देतो. अँड नंतर मग येतो फॉर लूप. तर फॉर लूप प्लीज दाखवतो. A for loop is used to repeat a specific block of code a known number of times. This loop is easy to use, that's why it is used largely. So for loop मध्ये आपण आता हा वाला प्रोग्राम बघूयात की स्टार्ट करतो, इनिशियलाइज व्हेरिएबल्स, कंडिशन फॉर I is equal to 0, I less than equal to 100, I plus plus, देन कंडिशन आहे ही. नंतर प्रिंट करतो तो, जर ट्रू असेल तर मग फॉर लूपच्या आतमध्ये येतो, तो प्रिंट करतो, परत बाहेर येतो, इन्क्रीमेंट करतो, अँड देन मग ट्रू असेल कंडिशन तर परत आतमध्ये जातो, सगळं हे करतो, आणि इकडे कंडिशनच्या इथे आल्यावर ज्यावेळेस त्याला फॉल्स मिळतं त्यावेळेस तो बाहेर पडतो आणि मग स्टॉप करतो. तर फॉर लूपचा आपण एक कोड लिहून बघू. Yeah, so आपण सेम 15 ह्याचाच म्हणजे 15 नंबर्स आपल्याला डिस्प्ले करायचा आहे. हा वाला कोड आपण परत एकदा फॉर लूप मध्ये करूया. So for in bracket let I is equal to 1, I less than equal to 15, I plus plus, yes, and then for console dot log I. Yeah, that's it. So for loop चा कोड लिहिला आपण सेव्ह आहे. सपोज जर आपण हे केलं तर आता 15 चे येणार. आता आपण 15 नको, आपण दुसरा थोडा मोठा नंबर घेऊया. सपोज मी 50 घेतला तर क्लिक केल्यावर मला 50 पर्यंतचे नंबर्स मिळणार. 1 पासून ते 50 पर्यंतचे सगळे नंबर्स मिळणार. तर बेसिकली फॉर लूपचा आपल्याला उपयोग काय की आपण सगळ्याच गोष्टी म्हणजे डिक्लेरेशन नंतर आपली कंडिशन आहे ते देणं आणि इन्क्रिमेंटचं जे आहे ते सगळं आपण एकाच लाईन मध्ये देऊ शकतो. यामुळे फॉर लूप हा खूप जास्त वेळ आपण यूज करू शकतो कमी टाइम मध्ये. तर मोस्टली जे प्रोग्रामिंग फील्ड मध्ये असतात ते फॉर लूप हा लूप खूप यूज करतात. That's it for loops, and thank you for listening to me, and sorry if anything happens. Thank you.
Sir, should I start the lecture session?
Yeah, Atharva, you can begin.
Yes, sir. Sir, can you see the screen?
Yeah, I can see your screen.
Okay. So good morning, good afternoon everyone. My name is Atharva Shimbonekar. I am first year mechanical student and also studying under VLab audit course. So this is the certificate which you can see which we got few days back for HTML programming from the IIT Bombay. Today so I am going to teach how to use if-else program, if-else statement in a program, and also switch case statements in the program. So these are the topics which we will see, which I will teach you. I will teach you guys. First is if statement, then it is if-else statement, nested if, and switch case. So this is the syntax for if statement. If statement if is written like this, and then condition is enclosed in brackets. If the condition is true, then the part inside the curly brackets is executed. Otherwise, the if statement terminates and the program continues after the if statement. This is the syntax for if-else. In if-else, the if part works as same as that of if statement. Just the difference here is else statement. If the condition entered in the if is false, then the else part, like whatever there is written in the else part, gets executed. If the if condition is false, otherwise if it is true, then the part inside the if statement gets executed. I will show you that in the program. It's a bit confusing. So I will teach you how to write the program to identify the type of polygon with the help of if statement. So I will just show you. So this is the program I have written right now for few steps. I will just Typescript polygon.js and differ. So this statement just connects the JavaScript files with the HTML files so as to perform a particular function. Then I will, one second. So this is heading part. Then I will use label tag. Label tag just gives the label to a particular text box or number box, whatever you use. So in label I will write enter number of sides. So I am writing enter number of sides, which will get executed next to the input text box. ID I will give as t1, and then I will use just break line. So br just breaks the line. Now this is for the second input box, which will accept vertices of the polygon. And remember that you give the ID different to both the text box. Otherwise, it will throw an error that like two things cannot be assigned to one input box. So just use different IDs for different text box. Then I will use a paragraph with ID as display to show the output in the paragraph tag. So this is for the HTML program, HTML part. Now let's start with the TS file. We take var s to accept the number of sides entered by the user. This is the syntax to accept the any input entered by the user in TS TypeScript code. This is just a syntax. Then I will write the element ID to be t1 for side, because I have t1 because I have given the input box first ID t1. So I will just write get element by ID t1, so that whatever the user enters in this text box, it will get the s will get the value of that thing. Then I will take second variable to be v for vertices. Now for vertices the ID is t2, so I will just enter t2. Then I will make another variable of var display to display the output that we want. For display, the ID is display only. And HTML is case sensitive, so whatever ID you give here, that should be in the same same case should you follow with the TS part. In the TS part, I will define a function. Function name is, sorry, so I have not take an input type button. So after clicking this button, it will identify the polygon which sides and vertices have entered by the user. Input type button value. I will give value as identify, and on click function tells that when the button is clicked, then the functions which we have written in the TypeScript should work. So from on click polygon, so after clicking this button, the function polygon will be performed, which is written in the TS file. Now I will take another variable which has a scope for only function polygon of type number, and assign it the value of the number of sides entered by the user. So whatever the value entered by the user in S will go in S1. For vertices, the same thing goes. Now the if part starts. Now we have to check for every side and vertices entered by the user that which type of polygon it is. So I will just compare S1 if the user enters 3 sides and vertices to be also equal to 3, then the display part should display that the entered vertices and sides are of a triangle, because triangle has 3 sides and 3 vertices, right? Now this is for triangle when S is 3 and V is 3. Now else and if. So this is nested if, in which number of if statements are written in a program. So this is for nested if. Now if S1 is equal to 4, and V1 is equal to 4, it should print that it is a quadrilateral. So I will just copy this. Now when S is equal to 5 and V is equal to 5, it should print that it is a pentagon. And when S is equal to 6 and V is equal to 6, it should print it is a hexagon. For now, I will write only till hexagon. You can try it later if you want for heptagon, octagon, nonagon, and decagon. So I will just compile this to show you the output. I will just save it. Now if I enter 4 and enter 4 as vertices also, it will identify it is a quadrilateral. So this is the output. Now if the person enters like 7, like I don't have 7 sides and 7 vertices in the program, so then else I will write at the last else display the number is not correct. So in real life it's not true. Like 10 can also be there in S and V. Sides can also be 10 and vertices can also be 10. But for in this program there is only 3, 4, 5 and 6. So the user cannot enter 7 and up and 1 and 2. So if I enter 1, 1, the number is not incorrect. The number is not correct. It will print like this. So this is for the polygon type program. Now I will show you the switch case. So in switch case, this is the syntax for switch case, in which we write switch, then the expression. This expression is checked at every case. Now if case X is true, then this code block will get executed and others will not. But if X is false but Y is true, then the code block inside the case Y will get executed and the X part will not. And if none of the cases are true for the expression entered in switch, then the default code block will get executed. So this is for switch case, and I will write a program to identify the character entered is a consonant or a vowel using switch case. So for vowel, now I have written the script part for the vowel. I will use the heading. Character. This is the heading part. Now I will use label for the text box, which will show that enter a character and I will use input type text so that the user can enter any character inside this text box. Give the ID as T1, and I want only one character to be entered by the user, so I will write max length to be 1. I don't want a string or like a sentence to be entered by the user. I will just write max length to be 1. Input type button to perform function, like to identify the character is consonant or a vowel. On click, this is the function identify, which will work when we click the button. I will give the value as identify only. So now this is for the HTML part, and I also want paragraph ID answer to print the answer. Now this is for the HTML part. Now for TF, I will take character ch character from the user, which we have to identify if it's a character or it's a consonant or a vowel. Now ID is T1, and for the display part, this is just a syntax, nothing else. Now I will define a function to identify, and in that I will use switch case. Now I want the ch, I will take a variable c, which will have the value of ch, and then I will use switch case. So in switch, I will pass the character entered by the user and then compare it with each case. Like single inverted commas a. Now if the input given by the user is a, then it should print display dot display that it is a vowel. Sorry. So in case we use colon, not is equal to sign. Break is a statement which is used so that if user enters a, and if we only want it is a vowel to get printed, then we use break. But if we want all the cases after the case which is true to get printed, then we don't use break. So break just breaks the statement, breaks out of a statement block. A, E, now I will just copy this part. And just do it for I, O and U. And U. Now we use default if user enters a number or a string, then it should print the default whatever there is written in the default part. So in the default I will write enter correct character. So this will get printed if user does not enter alphabets. I'll just save and compile. So found the error. One sec. Now if I enter A and then click on identify, it is a vowel. But if I enter B, I should write enter correct character. Instead of enter correct character, I will write it is a consonant. So if user enters other than A, E, I, O, U, it will print it is a consonant. I'll just show you again. Now if I enter D, so it is a consonant, and if I enter I or O, it will print it is a vowel. So this is the program for switch case and if else we saw earlier, and that's from my side. Thank you for hearing. I hope I don't bore you much.
Yeah, so thanks